What's up, Dragon Brood? This video is a little bit different because I get several people, and I've had several people already in the last 2 days, asking about how do I decide what I want to build in the beginning of the season, and how does that correlate to the packs that I opened and that whole thing. So I covered that kind of a little bit on my stream, and I wanted to go ahead and present that here so people can have that information. So what you're going to see is me opening the packs in Arena, and then talking about how I kind of connect the dots on which decks and how I'm going to spend the wild cards that I have opened or have available at that point, and how I plan for the rest of the season to go. So let's go get into that and have fun. The first Pro Tour I went to, I actually ended up paying for a big chunk of it with booster packs, or at least paying for my weekend with a bunch of booster packs I saved from tournaments leading up to it. And I thought that was kind of hilarious. So I literally had a backpack that just had a bunch of booster packs, and I sold those even to the local store at the time, Neutral Ground, because they were running low. So I just ended up selling stuff to them, and that's what it paid for a bunch of my weekend. We're not looking for any particular cards. I never am. I'm just getting cards because of my content. I'm gonna build so many different packs, so I just need stuff. So that's the thing. I just want to get, if there's better cards I already know I want to play, I would hope to open 3 to 4 of them so I can save the wild cards. But nothing else really matters too much. Like example here, that's like the one, or I probably need like 2 Sigardas maybe. Hostile, I'd probably only need like 1 or 2. Meat Hook, I'd probably only need 2. So like some of these others, probably Huntmaster, I probably need 2. So those aren't the ones I'm more excited about. Mostly anything I'm wanting to get 4 of are kind of things I'm more excited about having. I didn't realize Iteration was a rare. Like Burning Down the House, I might want 3 or 4. Tovolar, awesome that we got 2 there, because I definitely want more of those. That's what I'm probably going to play 3 and 4 of in some lists. Let's see what else we get here. Opening lots of wild cards, that's a good thing. Got another Tovolar, so that's awesome. Light Up the Night, I do have a deck that plays 4 of those, so that would be nice. I got a free Florian when I logged in today, so that gives me at least 2, so that's good on those. Let's see what else we get here. Dire Strain Rampage, I'm going to need probably 3 of those. I'm going to need 4 eggs for a list. I feel like at some point I will need 3 or 4 Poppets, but not right now. The lands, good that we're cracking some of those, because we're definitely going to need those. That'll save us some time. Okay, we got our first Rin in 7. I have a few lists that play 2 and 3 of those. I got another Burning Down the House, so that's good. Got the other Huntmaster, and got a Storm the Festival. Definitely need some more of those. Let's see. Got Rockfall Veil, which is awesome because I needed those. I got another Strain. Got another Parachute. I got one of these free when I logged in today as well. 1 Cigar to Splendor. I only really need 1 or 2 of those though. I am going to need a full set of these at some point. Fateful Absence. And got another Overgrown Farm, our first one of those. So that wasn't a bad round of 10 packs there. Arlen Court, I'm also going to need like 3 of those. I got another Storm the Festival, which is good. Another Fateful Absence. So we're not doing too bad. There's a few things here. I do need like 3 Mark of Gristlebrand, or Mask of Gristlebrand. Probably only need like 2 Consuming Blob. So let's see if we can do pretty well in these last 44 packs here. This round, I only need, I think, 2 Grafted Identity. I do probably need 4 of these. I got another Light Up the Night, so that's good. Augur of Autumn, I'm still experimenting with, trying to figure out what I want to do with this card. So I do want some, I just don't know how many. Got a Lisa, that's our second one, because we did get a free one when we logged in today. This is like our 3rd one of these today. Did get another Reckless Stormseeker, which is awesome. That's our 3rd Florian and our 3rd Light Up the Night and our 2nd Meat Hook. So that wasn't bad, actually. That fills in some lists. So This can also help me determine what lists I want to play first or which one I want to push wildcards on first. Because generally looking at what I have and then building from there allows me to maximize kind of my return without having to burn so many resources right out of the gate. That round wasn't exciting. There wasn't a ton of stuff there. Got another Smoldering Egg, another Augur of Autumn, Overgrown Farmland, one Celestis, that's our first one, and another Grafted Identity. So about half. All right, let's see what these last four have for us. Not too exciting there. Like I said, lots of wild cards, so we're not too upset about that. We opened quite a bit. There's another wild card, which I like. I almost would rather have more wilds than mythics, because you burn a lot of wilds when the season just starts, because you're making a lot of like the lands and stuff that are rare. So it's always nice to have those. And another Galvadic Iteration. So where's that leave me at? 25 rares and 16 mythics. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and spend another 10 gold on packs here. I think is what I want to do. All right, so let's go back over here to packs, and then we will open this up. Let's see what we got. Another Dire Strain, another Tovolar, so that's our full set of those. And unfortunately, Shipwreck Marsh. But otherwise, really didn't need too much else there. That's our fourth tracker, too. So that's probably it. So not a great round on that one, but it did fill out some stuff. So when we get to this phase where it's like, okay, I put all my deck lists into Arena. So now I'm looking at the decks and I'm going through and seeing what cards do I need to craft to be able to play this, right? So in this case, it needs 2 uncommons, 5 rares, and 4 mythics, which actually isn't that bad considering we have the resources here. We've got 26 rares and 16 mythics. So that uses about a third on our mythics and like 20% of our rares. But the thing is, I know for sure I have Reckless Stormseeker in the mono red aggro deck. I know I've got Arlen in like 3 different other decks. And I'm going to use Rockfall Vale in a lot of decks. So I don't really mind spending my resources here. I think this is completely worth doing, especially early on, because this will allow me to play multiple games for the next 2 days with this deck, building up resources that opens up the door for me to build the next deck and the next deck. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and craft this. So we're going to finish this, hit that button, that deck's done. And then, since we know now that I already have some of the cards for the mono red deck, let's take a look and see what we're missing. Okay, this looks like we're missing a lot more, right? So this needs 4 rares. Well, this will tell me again. So this needs 4 rares and 6 mythics. So that's a little bit tougher because that's going to be half my mythics and 20% of my remaining rares, which, again, isn't bad. I mean, totally viable. And again, I know I have Moonveil Regent in the Dragon deck, the Izzet Dragons. And I don't think I have Bloodthirsty Adversary anywhere else. And I think the Falconwrath Pit Fighters in, oh, it is definitely in our Vampire list, right? So it's almost like connecting, like if you played Mega Man back in the day and you had to beat a certain boss so you can get the item to beat the next boss, and you beat that boss so you can beat, in order so you had the best weapons. That's sort of what you're doing here. You're trying to connect your chain of cards to allow you to play the most decks, right? That your resources allow. That's at least the way I look at it if you're looking to be efficient. So, do I want to do that? Not necessarily yet. So let's just leave this as done. Let's come back and look at the Rakdos Vampires list. So now I can start saying, if I do craft those other cards, how far away am I from completing this? So I know the Pit Fighter, Play with Fire, those are in the other list. The Bloodthirster Adversary is in the other list. So if I do that, all I have to do is craft 4 rares, right? Because I need, one of the Socialites not even a rare, it's an uncommon. So if I do that, then I only have to do 3 more rares. So it's actually beneficial to me to go ahead and craft the cards for the red deck, because it basically fills out this list for me. So, except for the three lands. So that actually sounds appealing. So if I do those, and then I know I get the dragons that go into my Izzet Dragon deck. So now I go take a look at this. And then that means I would still need Smoldering Egg and one more Moonveil Regent. And that's it. So that would be 3 more rares. So 6 rares plus the other ones was 5 more that it needed. So I'd still end up with a bunch of rares left and not even hit my mythics that badly. So that actually sounds appealing, honestly. What does that leave us on the life gain deck that we would need? Oh, the life gain deck's done. So we already have that one. All right. So yeah, I think I like that chain. So we already know Werewolf's done. So now we can go in. Let's go back. We'll craft everything for the mono red deck. Finish the deck. That leaves us 17 rare, 6 mythics. We know going into the vampires list, we're going to eat no mythics. Just 3 rares and an uncommon. And we don't care. I have infinite uncommons. But the rare is a land. And we're going to play that and other lists down the road anyway. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. That seems great. Oh, didn't hit the button. All right, let's craft. Let's make those. Let's finish it. So really didn't do anything. Like I said, 14 rare, 6 mythics left. Go in here for the Is It Dragons. And we just need to make 3 rares. No, 2 rares and a mythic. All right, that's fine. I'm good with that. So we craft those. Done. And then where does that leave us? We've got Gruul Bard class, which needs 1 more Arlen and 2 Rin and 7, and that's all we need, right? Temur Ramp needs 1 Arlen, 2 Rin and 7, 2 Storm the Festival. So basically 3 of our mythics would need to be built for at least 2 decks, and then 2 rares, which aren't a big deal. And what about the Super Friends deck? I bet it's just the Arlen and the... Yeah, so the same cards, basically, in 1 Light Up the Night. So we can actually finish off a bunch of lists, actually, by just crafting the Arlen and the Rin and 7. That basically knocks out the Super Friends, Temur Ramp, and the Gruul class. And then what does that leave us? And then that leaves a lot of zombies, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. We didn't get any Tainted Adversary. That's going to be our real hold up here. And we still need 2 Shipwreck Marsh. So I probably have to wait on the zombies, honestly. So zombies are going to have to be like a day 6 or day 7 deck for us. Unless I want to spend some of my other resources, whether that's gems or gold to get what I want. And I do have the ability to buy some packs still if necessary. Mono black aggro, I think the same thing. We need some of the other stuff. So when I get the cards to finish either the mono black deck or the zombie deck, it's basically going to unlock the other one. So that's something to keep track of. The budget white mono, well, we only needed 1 Fateful Absence, so we could definitely play this too. So this is good, right? This basically means the list I built, we're only going to be short the ones for, oh, and then we need 2 Teferis. All right. And the Shipwreck Marsh, but we also know Shipwreck Marsh is in Dimir Zombies. So there you go. We're able to play pretty much all the decks we want, except for these 3. And that's mostly the Shipwreck Marsh I'm fine with because we need to go ahead and just build those anyway. But it's the Tainted Adversary that's going to really kick us in the butt there. But I'm going to go ahead and finish these other lists, because this basically allows us to play so many other decks by doing this. So it makes a lot of sense to me. Let's go ahead and craft all these. That one's done. Which other one was it? There was... Oh no, by crafting those, it unlocked the other one. So that one's already finished. Oh, and the budget white deck. Let's go ahead and craft this as well, because it's also a card that we're going to need anyway for the future. Fateful Absence. And yeah, so that really only leaves us 1, 2, 3. Oh, actually, what's missing from this? Oh, the 1 Light Up the Night. Yeah, I'll go ahead. I'm likely only going to need 4 for this deck ever, but I'm fine with it. So yeah, basically of the 12 decks we put up, we can already play 10 right out of the gate. So that's actually pretty sweet. And then I'm only missing a handful of cards, which still leaves us with 8 rares and 2 mythics. So if I even wanted to make a concession and say, maybe I'll only put 2 Tainted Adversaries for the first run, I could actually probably just build this deck if I wanted to, which then unlocks this one, because I mostly need the champions that are in the other deck, the Jadar that's in the other deck, the Tainted Adversary is in the other deck, and then I'd be short 1 Mask of Gristlebrand. So yeah, we should be able, within the first week or two, I should be able to play all these, because I also have the Mastery Pass and we're getting rewards while we're doing that. We're also going to get more gold playing every day. So yeah, just kind of one way you can connect all your decks to maximize stuff. But basically find deck lists, load the deck lists in, see what you're missing from multiples of them, and then where you can spend the most resources to take advantage of things. Now, the other thing I want to throw out there is that I do tell people to go ahead and buy the Mastery Pass every season. I think it's a good deal because, one, it does support the game and, you know, they're paying programmers and all that stuff. But it also gives you, depending on the season, between 40 and 60% of the money you spend on it back. And it's roughly about a $20 expense. So I think it's pretty worth it. But this season in particular, it looks like they juiced up the Mastery Pass a bit. And I think it's partly because it's only going to be an 8 or 9 week season, which is going to be a lot shorter. It also means it's a lot shorter and easier for you to finish, because I think it's only like 60 levels as opposed to like 80 plus. So there's a lot going for it. Matter of fact, I believe just in the first day I got something like 6 extra packs or something and a bunch of experience and gold. And like it was pretty cool. So that's another way you can juice things up for yourself. But I hope this gave a little bit of, I don't know, insight into how I handle this and make some decisions. But if you do want to talk about this more, please stop by our Discord. I am always glad to help answer those questions. Maybe if you're not sure what you should be spending some wild cards on, we can have that conversation and maybe help you out. The Brood's a very helpful community if you want to come by and get help with that type of stuff. And if you just want to come by my streams where I may be sharing some of this information, the links are down in the description as well for all of that stuff. And as always, please remember to like, subscribe, share, all that wonderful stuff, because that's how your favorite content creators grow their platforms. That's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.